We talked to an SFA student that was directly affected by the deadly attacks in Paris Friday evening to hear a special message she has for all.
Shakespearean SFA, a timeless play, made its grand opening on our campus, and we give you an exclusive look from behind the scenes.
And Jack of all trades, we take you inside a showcase held on your very own Lumberjack campus and what students are doing to express their many talents.
Fun Run, our very own Gracie Kesnejad has the details about one event coloring the SFA campus. All this and more coming up on NAC Edition.
Hello, East Texas, and thank you for watching. I'm Hunter Sowards.
And I'm Alexis Morgan.
We begin with the tragic events that unfolded Friday evening in Paris, France. Horror has filled much of the news over the last week as the details unfold from multiple terrorist attacks in France that left 129 dead and 352 wounded. We spoke with Anna Romero, an SFA international business major who not only has family ties to the country but has previously lived in France on 2 occasions. As Paris begins to move forward, she has a message of hope about how we begin to watch this country
still going out onto the streets, you know, doing their everyday life, and that's exactly what I think we need to do in order to show ISIS that we're not giving in no matter what. You know, we're not scared of them, and we're not changing our opinions about the Islamic culture. So,
a message of strength and unity for all. Details of other thwarted attacks have been surfacing in places like Germany and Belgium, and with more terrorists at large, NAC Edition will be updating you on the latest in this ongoing war against terrorism.
Later in the show, we will also have the latest on a decision made by Texas Governor Greg Abbott concerning the Syrian refugee crisis. SFA's theater department is shaking things up here at SFA and performing a play that is sure to be a hit for any thespian at heart. Our very own Michael Ryder went out to give us the details of how SFA is proving Shakespeare isn't just for Broadway.
Macbeth. Possibly one of the most well-known Shakespearean tragedies in history, is making its way to Nacogdoches thanks to the Stephen F. Austin State University School of Theater. I was allowed behind the scenes of the upcoming production during one of their last rehearsal sessions. I had the opportunity to talk to Troy Carrico, the senior lighting designer for the play, to find out a little bit more about what to expect.
We're doing Macbeth. And we are kind of sticking with the traditional sense for the scenes that directly involve Macbeth and his world. But we also are throwing a modern spin on the witches, and so that'll be reflected in kind of the set and the lighting and basically all of the elements in the costume. We're renting LED equipment right now, so that's going to be utilized to give that modern spin on the witches' world.
Okay. One thing is very clear. At this point in the production preparation, it's all hands on deck. At any given point during my time at the rehearsal, there were people hurrying along to do different odd jobs around the set. Whether it was Troy making sure the lighting was exactly how he wanted it, someone making an actress look truly Broadway, or even just teaching an actor how to properly burst open a blood packet for special effects, it seemed like there were more and more dynamics to the upcoming show than I had imagined. One thing is very clear to me. Macbeth is going to truly be a hit this fall.
We open on Tuesday the 17th and we run through Saturday the 21st, and all of those performances will start at 7:30 and the house opens at 7.
Macbeth will only be showing this week, so make sure you don't miss it. Ticket sales end November 21st, so be sure to secure yours now. From NAC Edition, I'm Michael Ryder.
The first show was last night, November 17th, and will continue through the 21st, starting at 7:30, as well as November 19th at 10 a.m., located in the Turner Auditorium. Tickets are $15 for adults and $7.50 for students.
The Student Baptist Ministry Organization here at Stephen F. Austin held an event on campus last week that you might be interested in hearing about.
As of recently, paint runs have become quite the trend, and our very own Gracie Kesnejad went out to give us an inside look at how our students are participating in this fun run.
This weekend, I took on a form of exercise that had a little bit of color added to it. the Baptist Student Ministry's annual 5K paint run. Participants started and ended at the commuter lot in front of the Johnson Coliseum. And for a small fee, would get a t-shirt, sunglasses, and even a little step counter.
So we start planning basically at the beginning of every semester to try to do this event, and so there's quite a bit of planning that goes in, quite a bit of time, but we have a great group of students that come out and help, and we have a leadership team that helps mix all the paint and get everything ready. And then the day of the event goes pretty smooth once we get everybody in place and all the signs out and everything rolling. Then we're pretty good. So it's not a real big time crunch, but obviously we have fun with it.
It's probably the best thing I've ever done at 5K. I've never done anything like this. Very creative, really good.
I've never done a color run, and I liked how every spot was filled with somebody's friend.
This event has always been a fun way for people to come together and get a good workout, even if you just want a small one.
The 5K, we actually do a 5K and a 1 mile walk. So for the people that don't want to run the whole 5K, we have a 1 mile walk, and they run to they walk to a certain area and then they walk back to the start finish line.
All in all, runners young and old came out to have a good and messy time. And all the proceeds from the event go towards the ministry's mission trips. For more information, you can check out sfabsm.org. For NAC Edition, I'm Gracie Casinajad.
And although this year's BSM paint run is over, be on the lookout for next year's event.
It's obvious that the campus of Stephen F. Austin is full of many talented lumberjacks. But what happens when talent and art come together for some of our campus's most creative students? Our reporter Brandy Strand gives us a closer look.
Art, one of those mysterious things in life. To the ground we walk on, to the pictures that we take. 3 senior students showed us their very own interpretation of art.
It's about you reflecting back in your own stories and trying to look at the image and tell what you can get from that.
On Wednesday, November 11th, the BFA Art Showcase took place in the Art Building, where 3 senior students displayed their different perspectives of art. Hari Waja was one of the students who represented her art through printmaking and photography.
I like to work in series, and so I chose an idea for photography, and I continue working in series the whole year, and also my printmaking, also a series. So those are the only things that I'm exhibiting today.
The other 2 artists, Audrey Rossum and Madison Rowe, displayed their art through paintings, animation, and jewelry making. Audrey's main goal for her art was to engage her viewers, while Madison's paintings were an interpretation of what she saw every day. Not only did the showcase have great art and good people, but they also had free food and drinks. Even though the showcase took over a year to produce, Hari is ready to graduate and is moving straight to New York.
I'm going to do fashion photography. That's what I've been working on. I know it's different from what you see, but it's one of my love, fashion photography. So that's what I'm going to continue working for the magazines that I'm working for, and hopefully, Vogue, it's happening.
Be on the lookout for next semester, where there'll be a brand new set of seniors showcasing their art. I'm Brandy Strand, reporting for NAC Edition.
What a great way for students to showcase their talent and art. Stay tuned, because when we come back,
Stargaze with SFA. How much do you know about the SFA Observatory? We bring you an inside look at this facility.
Abbott reaches major decision. Breaking Monday, Governor Abbott sent a letter to President Barack Obama. We bring you all the developing details.
We tell you how the rest of the world will prepare for an increase in security measures in major high-risk cities.
All this and more. Stay tuned. NAC Edition will be right back.
Welcome back to NAC Edition. We begin with updating you on one facility at SFA that makes stargazing and learning about the universe a little bit more fun.
That's right, Alexis. The SFA Planetarium has been providing students with an exciting way to learn about the world around them.
Most classrooms that you step into on the campus of SFA are well lit and filled with desks. One exception to this rule is a classroom made to study the stars. The Department of Physics and Astronomy at Stephen F. Austin State University operates the second largest observatory in Texas, located about 11 miles north of Nacogdoches, where one classroom is lit with an iridescent red. 600 astronomy students per year are given the opportunity to view and learn the wonders of the sky, along with a large number of SFA 101 students. The freshman seminar gets the chance every fall to be bussed out to this SFA facility to get an up-close and personal look at the night sky. Professors Dr. Bruton and Dr. Marksworth took time last week to show these new students around a facility that a lot of them wouldn't get the chance to see if it wasn't for this special SFA 101 trip. Students got a chance to look at some of the smallest stars we've ever seen through some of the largest telescopes in the entire state of Texas.
What an awesome facility we have at SFA. We turn our attention now back to planet Earth. Governor Greg Abbott sent a letter to President Barack Obama on Monday informing him that the state of Texas will not accept any refugees from Syria in the wake of the deadly terrorist attacks in Paris. Here's what Governor Abbott had to say.
We will be working to ensure that Syrian refugees are not going to be allowed into the state of Texas and given refuge in the state of Texas, even through 501c3 based organizations. And we are in the process of undertaking measures to make sure that we will be able to ensure Texans are protected from those refugees coming to the state.
Governor Abbott is not the only leader making this decision. At least half of the country's governors are refusing to take in Syrian refugees in their state amid heightened security concerns after the attacks.
And speaking of the attacks on Paris, there's a worldwide search for those responsible for Friday's attacks in Paris. France continues its airstrike against ISIS in Syria. Russia increases its bombing campaign. And as Hunter stated, several U.S. governors say that due to security risks, they don't want Syrian refugees in their states. Here's Eric McLaughlin with the story.
The hunt is on for 26-year-old Salah Abdeslam, one of the suspected terrorists in Friday's attack in Paris. His brother Ibrahim blew himself up during the attacks that left 129 dead. Their family tells CNN they had no idea the two had become radicalized.
But my brother, who has participated in this terrorist attack, was probably psychologically ready to commit such an act.
The worldwide search for Salah Abdeslam continues as coalition fighters intensify airstrikes against ISIS in Syria and Iraq. French President Francois Hollande tells the world France won't back down.
A thought of weakening the French passion for receiving the whole world. They have already lost that fight.
Russia is also increasing its military response, doubling the number of airstrikes in Syria. It's part of the stern message Putin has for ISIS, after confirming it was a bomb that brought down a Russian jetliner over Egypt October 31st. ISIS has taken credit. In the U.S., a political battle is brewing over President Obama's plan to increase the number of refugees allowed in America. A majority of the governors across the country say they don't want Syrian refugees in their states. They're concerned what happened in Paris could happen closer to home.
Breaking right now, we are being told that a raid happened Wednesday afternoon, 4 p.m. Paris time, that killed top suspects in the Paris attacks.
And Alexis, to be exact, 2 were killed and 7 arrested that are believed to be linked to the Paris tragedy. Stay tuned because we have more coming up for you after the break.
NAC-Edition's Devin Shesko will fill you in on what you can expect to see from the weather around East Texas and beyond. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to NAC Edition. I'm Devin Shesko. To start off, let's take a look at what we can expect to see from the northern United States. Over in the western coast of the United States, we're looking at highs of 46 and 48. Moving down through California, we're looking at highs of 66, 63, and lower towards the border of California, we're looking at 72, 77. Moving on to Arizona and New Mexico, the highs are between 48, 60, and 65. We're going to have a little sprinkle of 59. Over here on the East Coast, up the Maine and North New Hampshire area, we are looking at highs of 39 and 45. Moving down through the Carolinas and Virginia area, we're looking at 65, 72, and 73. Florida is still very warm. They're still experiencing a little summer heat. The temperatures there are 84, 88, and 84 down at the bottom. In the Midwest, we're looking at highs of 48, 45, mid-50s, that kind of area. Moving on to the lows for the United States. Up here in the Northwest, we're looking at 35, 48. Coming down through California once again, 46, 45, and 54 towards the bottom. And in the desert area over here by New Mexico and Arizona, they're getting really, really low in those northern areas, 16, 19, 30s, very freezing, super cold. Coming over here to the northeast, we're looking at very cold areas again, 28, 30, moving down through the Carolinas once more. We're looking at 54s, 55s, really starting to warm up in this area. And the weather is starting to feel like fall in Florida during the nighttime, 72, 73, and 81, still a little bit warm. But let's move on to Texas. Over here in the Panhandle and West Texas, we're looking at highs of 64 and 64. And in Central Texas, we're looking at highs of 72 and 70. Moving on to the lows of Texas, we're going to see lows of 30 and 30 in the Panhandle and West Texas, and over to 43 and 48. Onto our 5-day forecast for Nacogdoches. We're looking at sun Wednesday through Friday, highs of 70, 72, and 69. Our lows are going to be all mid-40s, 45, 46, 48. Coming up on the weekend, our Saturday and Sunday will be cloudy with the highs of 59 and 56, lows of 39 and 40. Moving on to the weekend calendar of events, the SFA Jazz Band has a concert at 7:30 on Friday. The SFASU School of Theater presents William Shakespeare's Macbeth at 7:30 on both Friday and Saturday evenings. And the Lamplight Players presents No Time for Sergeants at 7:30 on Friday and Saturday. The last show of the weekend will be at 2 p.m. on Sunday. Coming up next on NAC Edition, Brandy Strahan will be filling you in on the latest in sports. Thank you for watching.
Hello and welcome back to NAC Edition. I'm Brandy Strand, and here's a recap on everything that happened this past week in sports. We first turn to a look on the SFA's campus. Our men's basketball team traveled to Waco, Texas on Friday to kick off their highly anticipated season, but the Bears seemed to chop down the Lumberjacks in a game that left Coach Underwood and senior Thomas Walkup in shock.
Like I said, I'm in disbelief with this one more than anything. I didn't see it coming. Again, they get all of the credit, and I'll scratch my head on the 3-hour bus ride home, and we'll see if we can go be a little better in our next one.
We just weren't ready to play. Got pumped on a ton of different levels. Unacceptable.
Although it was an off night for our basketball team, standout performance came from freshman number 22, TJ Holyfield, who made his collegiate debut Friday and was a top scorer for the Jacks. The final was Baylor 97 and SFA 55. They returned to the road Tuesday to kick off ESPN College Hoops at 7 a.m. in northern Iowa. This game ended in another loss for the team with a score of 70-60 against the Panthers. NAC Edition will continue to have all the latest updates on our men's basketball team. It was a night of a last for some senior Lumberjack football players, but they seemed to end on a high note. The team took on Houston Baptist on Saturday at Homer-Bryce Stadium. Junior quarterback Zach Conk guided a balanced and efficient SFA offense in the 55-20 win over Houston Baptist, accounting for 323 yards of total offense and 5 touchdowns. Behind Conk's leadership, the Lumberjacks racked up a season high of 671 yards of total offense, rushing from 343 while passing for 328. Taking a 20-10 lead into halftime, Conk helped engineer a 28-point third quarter, helping the Jacks pull away from the Huskies. Zach Conk has been named the Southland Conference Offense Player of the Week. Congrats to our Lumberjacks for a great last home game of the season. Now turning to some local updates from the Nacogdoches High School, it's no secret that East Texas is home to the #1 ranked safety in the entire nation. His name is Brandon Jones, and he has accumulated over 40 different college offers over the course of his recruitment season. And our Brandon Howard sat down to talk to him about the final decision he'll be making in a couple of weeks.
So today we are excited to present Brandon Jones with an honorary game jersey commemorating his selection to the 2016 Under Armour All-American game. So Brandon, congratulations on achieving your dream, becoming an Under Armour All-American. We look forward to seeing you in Florida.
Following his selection to the Under Armour All-American game, Brandon Jones was named a 5-star according to 247sports.com. Based on his film, he displays excellent skill. We caught up with him to see some factors he will make for his college decision, with 40-plus offers including the likes of Alabama, Texas, and Oregon.
Playing college is, I'm really big on atmosphere and environment, so somewhere that's like home even when I'm not home, and then also playing time. I really want to, go to a place to be able to play. Not too into being the red shirt and stuff, so I, just want to be able to see the field. And also just being able to go to a place that my family's a big part of my life, so I just want to make sure they'll be able to come see me wherever I am, if I get homesick or whatever, I can easily get back to them, and also just a place where I can go even if I didn't have football, I could just see myself being there for 4 years, just minus the football aspect, just a feeling that that I feel is right for me.
Looking at his film, it's easy to see why Brandon is so highly sought after, as he explained his choices as well as how his selection will take place.
I want to get it down to top 3, and then just from there, just really, find the right school. At first I planned on doing it at the Under Armour game, but then, my family and stuff wouldn't be able to, be there and stuff. So I kind of decided to do it, wait on signing day where I could do it at school, where all my friends and family and everybody that, wanted to come in Nacogdoches can come and see me, all the people that have supported me, from the town and stuff, which I thought would be a lot cooler to do. So I just planned on doing that.
So we will be on the lookout for what Brandon chooses in his decision February, as I'm sure there will be a lot of people waiting to hear. Thankfully, Brandon Jones was able to stop by the SFA campus today to give us an inside look into his recruitment and his possible college destination. Again, this is NAC Edition, and I'm Brandon Howard. Now let's send it back to the studio.
As the senior superstar makes his big decision, NAC Edition will keep you updated on all the big things happening for this small-time superstar. This past Thursday, the Lady Jacks volleyball team faced off against Abilene Christian University right here at home in the Shelton Gym. In the first 2 sets, the Lady Jacks were higher in the air that we've seen from them this past season. However, the Lady Jacks back row defense from Olsen and Hoover both dominated with over 30 digs, which opened things up for Hannah and Justice Walker to unleash the majority of SFA's offensive salvo. Freshman Mackenzie Hannah had a season career high 17 kills, double-double with 13 digs. SFA finished set 1, 24-26, and sealed the deal in 4, the set and final set 25-17. The Lady Jacks faced an emotional setback this past Saturday, but we look forward to seeing how they rebound as they head to Conway, Arizona for the SLC tournament November 20th. Now over to the Lady Jacks basketball. The Lady Jacks basketball team kicked off their season this past Friday night in their season opener against UT Tyler. 4 Lady Jacks scored in double figures and 10 record assists for a team victory. The Lady Jacks had no trouble scoring the basketball, pouring in 91 points off 49.3% shooting. The offense outburst is the highest for the program since the Lady Jacks put 92 on Southeastern Louisiana on March 1st, 2014. Senior transfer Taylor Schnippers, sophomore transfer Stevie Parker, and freshman Chanel Hayes all had big performances in their SFA debuts. Friday's win is the first game ever played on Tommy Jane and Buddy Lowry Court, extends SFA's home winning streak to 16 games. Next up, the Lady Jacks will travel to play Louisiana Tech on Saturday, November 21st. Tip-off is set for 7 p.m. Good luck to our Lady Jacks. This has been your NAC Edition Sports News Update, but be sure to turn in next Wednesday where we will be bringing you all the latest sports and information. Back to you, Hunter and Alexis.
Thanks, Brandy. We end tonight with a scene that wrecked Nacogdoches County and surrounding areas yesterday.
Videos of the rain and downpour are courtesy of concerned SFA students that filled social media yesterday with comments like the Great Flood of 2015. Despite various road closures and power outages, no classes on campus were canceled.
El Nino, a strong weather pattern that brings torrential downpours, has been credited for the thunderstorms, and experts say we will see this type of forecast all season long.
I'm kind of concerned that the picture of the boat didn't make it onto our newscast. There was a boat going down North Street.
Yeah, but I mean, at one point yesterday, did you ever stop to think, like, when is it going to stop? It was a serious, like, it was crazy.
I'm impressed that, you know, today the sun is out finally, and
Texas
that is
weather.
Exactly. You never know what you're going to get. Well, that is all the time we have for this week. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Hunter Sallards.
And I'm Alexis Morgan. Have a great night.